Hi guys, Abhijit here. Today we will be going through the orchestrator process creation in UiPath. To start off, make sure that your UiPath robot is connected to orchestrator, and in the new project window, click on the orchestrator process template. And before we go further, let me explain what is an orchestrator process. It helps you to get user inputs in between the workflow. You might think, oh, I can do that with an input box. But this one is slightly better because of the fact that it is in a web UI which lists all these tasks, and it's not just the input box. There are a lot more in there, as you will see. Imagine the frustration of having to manage what 10-20 bots and all of these pop-ups and inputs and all those stuff. That problem won't be there in this case. A practical example would be an OCR data extraction where the confidence value is less, and you want to get the user input. Okay, so these two activities are the most important activities for orchestrator process. One is create form task, which will help you create the form that we are discussing, which can contain select boxes, input box, etc. And the other one is wait for task and resume, which will wait till the form task is completed. It has a task object as an input, which is returned by form task. This is my orchestrator window. So let's give our task a title which makes sense to the users. So here we are going to do a small example of getting the ID from the end user. It's a slightly toned down version of the examples that we will be using in a production scenario. But the intention of this video is to give you an example of how to use orchestrator process. So the form designer one, I'm clearing out the current layout now. You can see text box, password box, radio button, checkbox, select boxes. There are a lot of them there. Even in the text field component, there are a lot of options which you can go through. And as of now, I will keep the display property and the property name as ID. Okay, form design is done. Now on to the mapping of that ID property into an actual variable in our flow. It's similar to how we do argument mapping in UiPath. That's it, done. And now let's create the task object. I'm using the control key to avoid selecting the data type of the new variable, which you may well be aware of, and the wait activity. Now here we will map the task object which was returned by the form activity. Okay, now let's print that out on the screen using a message box. What the user gave us as output. So let me map the ID value here. And a string to prefix that what this is all about. Okay, cool. Now we are all set. Okay, now let's run the workflow. As you can see, the workflow is suspended as it is waiting for the form task to be executed in the orchestrator and where the user will input something. After getting that input, the workflow will resume. Here, as you can see, there is an unassigned task, get the ID from user, as the title was given like that. Now let's input something. Magical ID seems to be appropriate. Okay, now we are marking it as complete and we have given the values for the bot to continue. In the real-time scenario, it will run by itself. I'm clicking resume now, and as you can see, the value given by the user is magical ID. That's it for this short demo of how to create a UiPath orchestrator process. Let me know any suggestions in the comment section. Thanks, guys.